Hello and welcome back to another episode of Ask Mark. I'm back with Mr. Mark Thorneycroft. How are you doing today, Mark?
Yeah, good, thanks, Toby. You?
Yeah, very well, thank you. Not bad at all. Just going over some more interesting topics to do with your fleet management and things that Mark might be able to give some impartial advice about. So, moving on, today's question, Mark, I was going to go over with you. Companies get to a point, obviously, where they have to decide if they want to invest in new vehicles or keep running the old ones. And I'm sort of interested to get your take on where they might cross that point in terms of new technology and new efficiencies will benefit the company and they're worth the investment of a new vehicle. So let's say they're running a 10-year-old HGV fleet. At what point or when is it worth investing?
It's an open-ended question,
Okay.
in the sense of we obviously have new legislation coming out around clean air zones, low emission zones that are now starting to spread throughout the UK. There's obviously a huge cost attached now to brand new vehicles.
Yeah.
It depends on the type of work you're doing. So, potentially if you're going into London at the moment, you need to be Euro compliant with the emissions.
Yeah.
So, as far as that's concerned, if you're not going into those places, then should you upgrade just for the sake of it? You are possibly going to get better MPG if you do upgrade, but then again, there's a cost against what you're paying for that new vehicle compared to what the resale vehicle is of that 10-year-old vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just so many considerations, and I think again, depending on the size of the company, would also depend on whether you make that decision now.
Right.
I think personally for me, it would be beneficial to start looking at investing in new fleet. If you have a fleet of 10-year-old vehicles currently, then yes, definitely start to invest in for the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, and start looking towards it, because you're gonna see some big changes, because we're not just looking at low emission zones now. We're looking at clean air zones.
Yeah.
So we're looking at NOx gases.
Okay.
Rather than CO2 emissions and that sort of stuff. So it's definitely worth certainly looking at the price. One of the big things that came out a couple of weeks ago, there's I think the RHA have just secured some money and some funding to actually take some of the manufacturers, the truck manufacturers, to court because there's issues with price fixing.
Right.
And on resale fixing.
Oh,
So I think we're out of that now, but they're
Yeah.
looking at getting some kind of compensation. I think European hauliers just recently have been handed some compensation, and I think that's what they're trying to do in the UK as well.
Okay. So no definitive answer. It's on a case-by-case basis.
Yeah.
But if you're running a really old fleet and working them hard, it's probably worth it.
Yeah, if you just take it as, let's say, just Joe Blogg's haulage, you have 10 vehicles that are 10 years old, and you're working them relatively hard, sort of year on year. Of course it is. You've got to start looking at whether you're going to buy or purchase a new fleet, whether you lease a new fleet with some maintenance deals built into it, whatever. But from the question that you asked, definitely worth looking into investing in a new fleet. Yeah.
Excellent. Hope that gives you a bit of insight into it. Thank you very much to Mark for his knowledge again. Like I said, it's impartial. It's not by any particular company. It's just Mark's views. So always good to get his thoughts, and hopefully it's helpful to you guys. Thank you very much for watching.